Hi everyone, this is BB. Today's video is a continuation of being bullied and harassed and ostracized and excluded and really pushed down into the ground by my classmates at a small, insulated, sheltered kindergarten to 8th grade neighborhood school. That was not fabulous. Fifth grade, my school was no longer just a neighborhood school. We had a lot of transplants from other schools in our district where maybe the parents wanted their kids in, a smaller school with less activities or less opportunities, or they wanted them in one school from 5th grade to 8th grade just in smaller classes. Or they realized, oh, my kid just goes to a K-5 school. I need to find a middle school for them. Well, this one has room. We might as well put our kid in that school without maybe realizing that there were no electives, no opportunity for academic flexibility, no drama, no art, no foreign language, no alternative math class, no extra help whatsoever for this thing or that thing. It was very, very lacking. Very lackluster. So, 5th grade. Beginning of 5th grade. Oh, and this might be a trigger video to people who might assume I'm racist. But it was one of those school years where you meet people who are outside of your bubble, who are of a different race, of a different ethnicity, and they bring all the negative cons of their behavior that can be associated to their race or their ethnicity or their culture. They bring those negative things with them into the school environment because no one ever told them this school is different than your old school. You cannot say these words here because they don't say those words here at this school. I don't think anyone ever told them that, and that word is mostly the N-word. We got a bunch of black kids, like 7 or 8 of them, coming from other schools in our school district. They came by school bus during the forced busing movement era. During that time, maybe they were forced bus, maybe their parents wanted them in a K-8 school, maybe their parents wanted them in a really small class sizes, maybe their parents wanted them to have less freedom than they would have had in a bigger school. I think they would have been better off in a bigger school. They would have had more kids like themselves to engage with. Maybe the parents wanted them in a safer environment, but you know what? If you don't make your kid safe, your kid is not going to be safe. And the other kids aren't going to be safe either. And if that was the parents' intent to enroll their children in a mostly white school, in a mostly white homogenous school that had its fair share of black and Asian students, combined a lot of Southeast Asian students and a lot of mixed students from the military base or whatever. You can't just throw your kid who says the N-word every 5 words from 4th grade into 5th grade and think that they'll be fine because, oh, that school is all white kids. It will be safer. But your kid has bad behaviors. Your kid has negative behaviors. You named your kid a very narcissistic name, minus a few letters out of narcissism. You know what? I'm just going to say it. Some of those black girls were named Narissa and Beverly and Lisa. You know what TV show was on at the same time? The Proud Family. Remember those 3 girls named the Gross Sisters? It was like a spitting image. Those 3 girls in my 5th grade class were the spitting image of the Gross Sisters from the Proud Family. It was very uncanny. Now, they brought the N-word with them, and I knew, not from my parents telling me that that was bad. I just knew intuitively that that was the black bad word. No one had ever told me before. I didn't know. I had never heard it before. But that was the black bad word, and I knew it immediately. They said fuck. They said motherfucker. They said cunt. They said shit. The teachers got annoyed when us white kids said shucks or shoot, but they never corrected these transplants when they said shit. God forbid we said shit. Then it'd be lunch detention. Shucks or shoot would even end up being just a recess revoked and stay inside cleaning the whiteboards and blackboards and sweeping and mopping. Literally. Wiping down all the tables with Lysol wipes. Oh my god. The bullying was terrible. The N-word was daily. 500 times a day, just out of the mouths of 3 girls. It was annoying, and the teachers, they didn't care. The teachers did not care to provide correction for these girls. The speech therapist probably knew of these girls, but probably never had any appointments with them. Or these girls just never, they weren't given a chance to improve. And it did not make for the environment to be safe or happy or positive, because you could feel the negative energy coming off of them. Now, as for the bullying towards me, a lot of retarded, a lot of retard, a lot of I feel sorry for you as a hurled insult. The names got weirder. A lot of bullying around the neighborhood anytime that, I collided paths with classmates at the neighborhood stores, whatever, outside of school, weekends, school days, whatever. I think a few times I was able to kind of not be bullied. I was a sleeper in school. I was the sleeper. A few other kids would fall asleep from time to time, but I was that kid who would just fall asleep like that in an instant. And I remember one time, the kids were singing Lullaby and Goodnight right at me when I was stirring in my nap. Maybe I was snoring, maybe I was drooling, but they were singing in a very mocking way, Lullaby and Goodnight, a whole Brahms lullaby at me, and the teacher joined in. It's annoying enough when the teacher just said, now settle down, that's enough of that. That's dismissive and encouraging. It doesn't discourage bullying. It just says, okay, you can do that some other time. No, you know what she did? You know what Miss Scurlock did? Janine Scurlock, Judy Scurlock, whatever her name was, Miss Scurlock. She wore frumpy skirts, kind of like Miss Stokes. Frumpy denim jackets, floral denim shirts. I don't even know. It was 2001, and she dressed like it was 1992. Whatever. She joined in on the whole lullaby. It was embarrassing and humiliating. I couldn't help it. I'm that person who will just fall asleep in a split second. It doesn't matter where I am, what I'm doing, what I'm sitting on. I could be in a hard-ass wooden folding chair and still nod off for a few minutes. I can sleep standing up. I can sleep sitting down. I can sleep laying down. I can fall asleep standing up on a moving bus. I'm just that person who just can doze off at any time of the day. And school was any time of the day. I could still fall asleep. And I took a nap and woke up to the whole class and the teacher singing Lullaby and Goodnight in a mocking, rude way at me. That's no way to be a teacher. That's no way. That's bad. That's really rude and really inconsiderate. And you're just encouraging and enabling all the kids who are already bullies to continue bullying and harassing. So I'll leave it at that. I'm approaching the 10, 11 minute mark, whatever, on here. Um, so that was 5th grade. Also, 5th grade was 9/11. That was the first week of the school year. I think we started school late that year on like September 8th or September 9th or even September 10th. I don't know why. But that was my parents drove me and picked me up from school on that day. My sister stayed home because she was in a big public high school, and my parents were scared that her school could be a target for any attacks. Who knows? And it was kind of near downtown Seattle, so they didn't want to risk it, so she stayed home. And then they drove me to school and picked me up. But normally, for me, going to school was walking to school and walking home from school. Always. Or riding my bike to school, riding my bike home from school. And I would leave early in the mornings when I would do that, so I could ride around the entire neighborhood. So I'd do an extra long bike ride throughout the morning for an hour before I would go to school. And then I would still ride around after school. Or I would ride my Razor scooter and just maybe leave 10 minutes earlier so I can get a few more blocks in. That was it. The bullying continued throughout the school year. Constantly, again, retarded. I feel sorry for you. Just a lot of hurling comments, physical bullying, isolation, not letting me participate in projects or assignments, and the teacher can assign kids to groups all they want. It doesn't mean that kids are going to let other kids participate. You do have to give them some breathing room, but you can't just sit there and hover either. So it's a really good balance, a middle ground between making sure they don't isolate anyone, but also making sure that they include someone. I don't know. You could check in on them like 3 or 4 times over the course of 30 minutes. And they could all lie. All those kids in a single table group could still lie. And the kid being bullied is going to lie too because they don't want to be seen as a tattletale. And as soon as the teacher turns their back and walks away, if that kid tells the truth, then that kid is going to be a target for even more isolation or bullying within that small passive group. Not passive, passive aggressive. So there's really no middle ground on that topic. It's annoying, and that's one of the things of bullying and human condition. You can isolate people, and even when the authority figure comes over to check up on you, you still lie and say, yeah, they're including me. Yeah, I'm doing some writing for them. Yeah, I'm doing some writing. Yeah, I'm doing some reading out loud. But in reality, it's a lie, just to protect yourself. So much of it. So that was 5th grade. The next videos will be 6th grade, 7th grade. I'm not going to do those yet, but I'll get to them. Okay. Thanks for listening. Thanks for stopping by. That's 7th grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, human condition, being bullied, my story, whatever. It goes on and on and on. But it did make me depressed. And it made me unhappy. It made me miserable. It made me not want to go to school. I missed a lot of school. I just hated it. I really did. But 6th grade and 7th grade were the 2 school years that definitely took the cake. And those were the 2 worst years. I don't know what it is. After puberty, kids get just absolutely terrible in how they treat each other. They become cruel monsters with no moral compass. And yes, that tear is more real than my average tears for no reason. Kids just become these cruel, evil, demonic, monstrous, narcissistic, selfish, sociopathic, callous, guileless, guiltless beings with every intent to destroy each other, to put each other down, to harm each other, to maim each other. To the point where everything is nearly attempted murder. in terms of how much bullying and harassment goes on throughout the course of a school day, a school week, a month, a whole school semester, a whole year. It's nonstop. And when the teachers participate or they just enable it, it doesn't make anything better. It actually makes it worse. So, there you go. If you're a teacher, don't enable it and don't make it worse. Don't dismiss it, as kids will be kids, girls will be girls, boys will be boys. Oh, that's just how they act at this age. You're there to provide students with learning how to have a moral compass, not just learning the 3 R's. Do something. Because that bullying can cause a lot of scars and leave a lot of damage. A lot of negative, painful memories, and it's still there. I don't think about it often, but it's there. It makes you a target forever. As soon as that first scar is there, you're a target to somebody, anywhere and everywhere, for the rest of your life. Okay. Thanks for listening. Stick around for 6th grade and 7th grade talking about bullying videos. Bye.